I think it's very important for events like this to exist because women need that space. I guess we call it a safe space, away from the babble of the industry, just to talk amongst themselves, to compare notes about what those challenges are, to work out how to overcome the challenges of being women in the industry, and to really, really just enjoy being with each other.
Podcasting can be quite lonely, particularly if you do a podcast which is just you and you don't have a co-host or anything like that. And it can be, if you've only got, a few hundred listeners, it can feel quite like you're the only one. But actually, loads of people start podcasts and they actually really like the support of having friends who are podcasters, and that's why you're friends. So the networking element's really important. And it's also really important that we pick up tips. If there is, a thing that we can all be doing to make our podcasts better and make sure that people actually enjoy them and engage with them more, well then that knowledge should be shared and spread around.
The biggest issues I think that are facing women who are trying to enter podcasting right now is just education on it. There's not a lot of resources that teach you how to podcast, how to build your networks, how to get your podcast on iTunes or on any of the other networks. So I think any opportunity for women to mentor each other and create platforms like this to give them the tools that they need to allow their voices to be heard through podcasts are essential to overcoming those barriers.
I think there are two big barriers to women entering podcasting. Number one is confidence. I think we all second guess our ability to do something or our permission to do something, and that's something that we need to overcome personally. And number two is that listeners aren't always looking out for female podcasters, so it's harder to build that audience.
Radio, is changing. How people want to digest content is changing. TV, you've got Netflix. Now with radio, you've got podcasting. And I think that it's going to allow more women's voices to be heard because we can hear topics that we want to hear or when we want to hear it. So you're not kind of constrained. And I think that's a beautiful thing, and to kind of be part of this event and to hopefully enable more women to come up in podcasting is a great thing.